Very good evening and welcome back to the class, children. In our social class, we are going to learn a new chapter, chapter 5. What is the chapter? Chapter 5. Our beautiful country. Okay. What's our country's name? What's our country name? India, isn't it? Okay, we are going to learn about India. Before going inside the lesson, we have just recap what all the things we learned in the previous lesson. We learned about the states and the union territories, isn't it? Okay, now we are going to learn about, just revise the capitals. What is the capital of Himachal Pradesh? Is Shimla. Himachal Pradesh, Shimla. Bihar, Patna. Chandigarh, it's same Chandigarh. Lakshadweep is Kavaratti. Karnataka is Bangalore. And Chhattisgarh, Rajput. Going inside the class. India is one of the most beautiful countries in the world. It has many landforms. What are landforms? Includes such as hills and mountains, plains and deserts. They are the landforms. Landforms includes hills and mountains and plains. Okay. Some places have mountains while others have flat land. Some places have mountains while others have flat land. At some places the land is made up of rocks. At other places it is covered with sand. Okay, you can see it, some are filled with rocks and some are covered with sand. In this chapter we are going to learn about the landforms deeply. Landforms are nothing but the hills and mountains and plains and desert. Okay. The subtopic is hills and mountains. Okay. A high land with a round top is called a hill. What is a hill? A high land with a round top is called a hill. The Vindhya ranges in central India and Nilgiris hills in South India are examples of hills. What are the examples of hills? The Vindhya ranges and the Nilgiri hills. What is a hill? A hill is nothing but the high land with a round top is called a hill. Very high hills with sharp tops are called mountains. Very high hills with sharp tops, or tops is nothing but peaks, are called mountains. The Himalayan mountain ranges lie in the north. There are many peaks in these mountains. Peaks we have already learned. There are the sharp tops are called as peaks, and most of them remain covered with snow. For example, Himalayas. You have seen Himalayas. You can see in this picture. Himalayas are the highest mountain range in the world. Himalayas is the highest mountain range in the world. Okay. In the mountain regions, it is cold throughout the year. In the mountain regions, it is cold throughout the year. Why? Because it is covered with snow. Because it is covered with snow, the mountain regions are very cold throughout the year. Mount Everest on the Nepal-China border is the highest peak in the Himalayan mountain ranges. Which is the highest peak? It's Mount Everest. Where is it? Where is it? It is on the Nepal, that is the China border. It is on Nepal. China border is the highest peak in the Himalayan mountain ranges. In this Mount Everest, many rivers originate in these mountains. Originate means it began. Okay. Many rivers. What are the rivers' name? Ganga, Yamuna, Satluj and Brahmaputra. These are the rivers' name. Ganga, Yamuna, Satluj and Brahmaputra originate. Means begin in these mountains and flow down to the plains. Plains are nothing but the flat area. Okay. And how these rivers are formed? These rivers are formed by the melting snow. By melting of the snow, these rivers like Ganga, Yamuna, Satluj and Brahmaputra are formed. Okay. Next, moving on to plains. What are plains? Flat and level land is called a plain. What is a plain? Flat and level land. Level land is called a plain. You can see in the picture, the green plains are also known as the food basket. See, it's a flat and leveled. It's also leveled. So, flat and level land is called plain. To the south of the Himalayas, lie the Great Plains of India. Where does the Great Plains of India lie? To the south of the Himalayas. Okay. In the plains, summers are hot and winters are cold. Summers are hot and winters are cold. What are the rivers which flows through these plains? Rivers such as Ganga and the Yamuna flow through these plains. What are the rivers' name? Ganga and Yamuna. Okay. These rivers have made the soil fertile. When the rivers flow, it makes the soil fertile fit for agriculture. And as a result, many crops are grown there. Okay. Because of these rivers. There is a narrow strip of flat land along the eastern and the western coast of India. There is a narrow means very short. Okay, narrow strip of flat land along the eastern and the where is it? In the eastern and the western coasts of India. What is called? It is known as the Eastern Coastal Plain. It is called as the Eastern Coastal Plain and the Western Coastal Plain. And these plains meet at Kanyakumari. Eastern Coastal Plain and Western Coastal Plain meets at Kanyakumari. Rivers such as Narmada, Tapi, Maganadi, Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri flows through these plains and fall into the sea. Okay. Plains, what are plains? Plains are nothing but leveled land. Leveled lands, flat and leveled lands are called plains. And these plains meet at Kanyakumari. Okay, these plains meet at Kanyakumari. Which plains? East Coastal Plain and the West Coastal Plains. And rivers such as the Narmada, Tapi, Maganadi and Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri flows through these plains and fall into the sea. And the coastal areas are neither very hot and nor very cold. These are about the plains. Next, we are going to learn about the plateaus. Plateaus are nothing but the highland. Next subtopic we are going to learn is about plateaus. Okay, plateaus. What is plateaus? Plateaus are highland with steep sides and a flat top is called a plateau. A highland with steep sides and a flat top is called a plateau. The southern part of India is a plateau. Okay, the southern part is also called as the Deccan Plateau. It covers the largest area of a country. You can see the southern plateau look at the pictures. The southern plateau is located between, where is it located? It is located between the eastern and the western coastal plains. Okay, and the southern plateau is called as the Deccan Plateau, and it covers the largest area of a country. And the region is surrounded by hill ranges on three sides, and it has an uneven surface. The surface is not even, it has an uneven surface. And also the land is very hard and rocky, and it is very less fertile than the plains. Plains are fertile lands. Many crops grow there, but plateaus are not like that. The land is very hard and rocky. These are the two differences between plains and plateaus. Okay, and there are many rivers in the Deccan Plateau. Many rivers, they depend upon the rain for water. Some parts of the plateau are covered with thick forest. Some of the plateaus are covered with thick forest. And the southern part of India is surrounded by water bodies on three sides. The southern part of India is surrounded by water bodies on how many sides? Three sides. Okay, this type of land is called peninsula. For your reference, you can look at the map. The southern part of India is surrounded by water bodies on three sides, and this type of land is called peninsula. And next, moving on to the deserts. Desert. What is a desert? Next subtopic is desert. A large area of land covered with sand is called a desert. A large area of land covered with sand is called desert. And in northwestern part of India lies the Indian desert. Where does Indian desert lies? It lies in the northern western part. Okay, and it is also called, Indian desert is also called as the Thar desert. A desert is nothing but a large area of land covered with soil, the sand. A large area of land covered with sand is called a desert. Example is Indian desert. Indian desert is also called as Thar desert. Where does it lies? It lies in Rajasthan. And this desert is very hot and dry. For your information, the largest desert in the world is Sahara. The largest desert in the world is Sahara. And where does it lie? It lies in northern Africa. And moving on to the islands. What is an island? An island is a piece of land surrounded by water on all sides. All side is called an island. An island is a piece of land surrounded by water on all sides is called an island. Four sides, okay, on all sides, a piece of land surrounded by water on all sides is called island. And there are two groups of islands in our country. In our country, there are two types. What are they? The Andaman and the Nicobar Islands. Andaman and Nicobar Islands lie on the eastern side in the Bay of Bengal. Where does it lie? It lies on the eastern side of the in Bay of Bengal. And the Lakshadweep Island lies on the western side. In the eastern side, Andaman Nicobar is there, and on the western side, Lakshadweep is there. Okay, this is actually these Andaman and Nicobar Islands is also the tourist spot. Okay, many tourists visit these islands. Okay, children, for your recap, what all we learned? Yes, we learned about plains, plateaus, deserts, and the island. Okay, that's it for today, children. And what are hills? Hills are nothing but a high land with a round top is called a hill. Example is the Nilagiri Hills and the Vindhya Ranges. And what are the very mountains? Mountains are nothing but very high hills. Very high hills and sharp, which with sharp tops are called mountains. Okay, and example is the Himalayan mountain. Where is it there? It is in the north. It lies in the north. And what are the rivers in our country? What are the popular rivers? Ganga, Yamuna, Satluj, and the Brahmaputra. Okay, and the Brahmaputra. And next we learned about the plains and the plateaus. Plains are nothing but the flat and the leveled land. It's called the plains. And what are plateaus? The high land with the steep sides and a flat top is called a plateau. Okay, example is the Deccan Plateau. Okay, next we learned about the deserts. What are deserts? Deserts are nothing but the large areas of land with the sand. With sand is called the desert. Example is the Indian desert and the Thar desert. Okay, that's it for today, children. And for your homework, learn page number 33, 34 and 35, and learn the hard words and the names. You had to learn the names, new words. Okay, that's your homework. Thank you, children.